let's do a bet. I bet you say a penny that you have seen the trailer for this movie more than once. Alright, pay up. As for me, I've seen this roughly around 1,000,000 times, and I guess the trailer did its job perfectly well because last night I went and saw Argyle in theaters, starring Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Samuel Jackson, Henry Cavill, and a lot of other people I don't feel like naming right now. And cutting straight to my thoughts, it's fine. I mean, there's some moderately high highs. There are some really low lows. The cast is charming. There's definitely some fun to be had here. There's some entertainment value. But at the end of the day, it's nothing special, and it's definitely not a theatrical movie that you should rush out to see in theaters. This would be my second ever film from director Matthew Vaughn, the first one being X-Men First Class, which I haven't revisited in years upon years, so I'm not really familiar with his style, so I can't speak on his contribution to this movie, so we're going to push that aside. Now, one of the best parts about this movie is how it tastefully mocks the spy film genre. It gets so extreme. It steals tropes from a bunch of other commonly known spy films, and if I fully got into them, it would probably get into spoiler territory, so I'm not even going to. But it does it in a really well way, if that makes sense. It's a movie that is trying to mock the genre and trying to just have every stereotype, every trope in it, and just combine them all together, and it gets really, really goofy all over the place, and it's sort of the charm of this movie and like some of the good that it brings to the table. But this movie is 140 minutes long. It's like 2 hours 20 minutes long, which is absurd for the type of movie this is, so everything can get really tiring and exhausting by the end. And if they shortened this movie at least half an hour, maybe I would have liked it more, but it just keeps going on and on. You're just waiting for it to end, and it just continues for an extended period of time. So Argyle, it's fun enough for the first two acts, but gets exhaustingly long and repetitive by the third act. It's nothing you haven't seen before, and if you saw the trailers and you love the goofiness of it and you love the silliness, you're probably gonna love this movie. I saw the trailer and my thoughts have been washed out of my brain. I've seen it way too many times, but I do remember me saying, this looks fine, and it was exactly that. It was fine. And by the way, if you're wondering who the real Agent Argyle is, it's kind of obvious to piece together. You don't even have to see the movie to piece that one together. It's pretty obvious. Just wrap your mind around the trailers of this movie. You're probably gonna get it. So overall, Argyle, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10, and that score could unfortunately go lower because of just how wild this movie gets and just how tiring it gets. It's not great. So a 6.5 out of 10, or 66%.